Alright, so now the yeast has dissolved, so this is what it should look like. All dissolved into the water, and it just stir it all in. I like to use a fork rather than a spoon, particularly when you get the flour. It mixes better that way. But we have the yeast now, and we want to add flour. This is to make the starter, so this is not the entire flour quantity, but whatever quantity of water you use, so this is 1 cup for 2 pizza crusts, you use an equivalent amount of flour. So I'm going to put half a cup, this is whole wheat flour, into there, and then half a cup of regular white flour. This is bread flour, but just regular all-purpose flour is also fine. So we've got a cup of water plus the yeast, and now a cup of flour, and you stir this together. The amount of flour at this point is not terribly important. The idea is just to get a soupy mess that's very liquid, and then basically you just let the water and flour dissolve together and let the yeast start multiplying. And that does 2 things. 1, it gives your yeast a head start, and then 2, it also verifies that your yeast is good before you continue with the rest of the recipe, because if you come back in a little while and it's not bubbly, that means your yeast isn't actually growing and your dough isn't going to rise. So then I just cover that up and let it sit for a while, and the amount of time you let it sit for is not that critical. You can do 10 or 15 minutes, half an hour, an hour. The longer you leave it, the more the yeast will grow. It adds a little bit of flavor, so leaving it longer is not a bad thing, but it's not necessary.
How long do you plan to leave it this time, Bill?
Until I feel like doing it the rest of the steps.
Okay. All right.
All right, that's it.